What? My man, Stephen Mowry. How you doing, brother? Good to see
I'm
you again.
good. I'm good, man. How are you, Dave?
Man, doing great, man. Doing great. First of all, congratulations, brother. I loved
Thank
it.
you.
Watched it. That knee. How good did that feel to get a TKO on the resume?
Yeah, it felt good, and that's a technique we've been working in the gym a lot for a long time. So it was good to finally execute that in a fight.
Right, right. Um, being an 8-0 undefeated heavyweight, very young, still in the career. How happy are you to be in this spot? 3-4 years ago, if someone would have said to you, dude, Steve, you're 8-0, Bellator MMA. We just went through a global pandemic. How good do you feel right now to be in the spot where you're at?
I mean, I mean, couldn't tell you. I guess I'd be really happy. I feel really happy as it is. So, and like I said, I'm just really happy that something I've been working for a long time to prepare to execute actually when it happens. So, I mean, I can't say how happy I am. I'm ecstatic.
Very cool, man. So I just put something up of Jillian Robertson, I think being very underrated, undervalued, underpromoted in a way for UFC. And it was cool. A lot of fighters, UFC, Bellator, PFL people reached out like, no, I agree. And then when I knew I was talking to you, I was like, dude, I think Steven's in that same ballpark. There's just not a lot of heavyweights, young heavyweights out there. To me, you can communicate. You have a great look. You can smile. You can laugh. I think you're just an overall good dude. And being undefeated, are you at all? Do you feel that at all, or do you like? I don't care. I'm just going to go out and win fights, and all that other stuff will take care of itself.
Yeah, I'm in the beating people up business, and that's what I do. So, I don't know. I'd like to think that eventually it'll parlay into something bigger. But I live a life that I love, and I'm really blessed to say that I compete for a living. So, I mean,
Right?
how upset can you be, really?
No, life's good, man. Life's good. We know you had a couple canceled fights during the pandemic of that nature. One, how good did it feel just to go out there and just to fight again? And two, look like you're really clean right now. Do you want to, rotate into that something quick, or you would love to take the rest of the year off?
No, I'd love to do something again soon. So I went into the fight with a little bit of injury kind of thing, some nagging stuff, and then I came out with a little bit of nagging stuff. So I need a little bit of time to kind of let my body catch up to me. But yeah, I'd love to go again here soon.
Okay. And then hit on that real quick. I don't think the mainstream people understand what you guys do to yourselves on a daily basis. You know what I mean? If you follow any of you guys on social media, you guys are in the gym multiple times daily. Like there's just not a lot of off days. When you skip a day, you feel like someone is surpassing you of that kind of a nature. So where's that fine line of letting your body rest and getting into a right spot and kind of pushing yourself? And the shoulder's always going to be sore. You know what I mean? Where's that fine line at?
Yeah. I mean, just like you said, I mean, you got to be in the gym training. You got to be in there improving your skills every day. But recovery is part of training too. And I think people, me myself included, people miss that. People miss that. Like if you don't recover properly, if you're not doing the right things, whenever you're not training, it'll come out. It'll show itself whenever it's time to perform, whenever it's time to practice. So, yeah, the rigors of the gym are really like what beats up your body, and
Right.
whenever you see in fights, whenever you see things happen, the crazy stuff happen. That's, I guess that's what gets the most attention because that's what's in the public eye. But where you really where you really get your miles is in the gym. And if you don't properly let your body recover, then that's where the damage piles up.
For sure. All physically and mentally. I've talked to so much probably in this pandemic era, and a lot of people are locked down at home and not on their natural thing. Talk to so many fighters just about getting mentally right is almost important, more important than being physically right. You agree?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
And fighting is a stressful thing. I love it and I enjoy it. I wouldn't want to do anything else, but competing, the emotional and mental stress, that comes with fighting is, it's there. It's definitely a real thing. And I think that, I don't know if people give it the respect that it deserves.
Right. Well, you got my respect, big man. I've been following you for years. I remember watching you at Titan FC. It was like Titan FC 5 years ago. I think you were 2-0. And you're just so happy, man. I remember you jumping into the crowd almost and saying hi to people. And it was just like now 8-0. Like I said, you're going through people pretty quickly. And Bellator has a pretty good stable of heavyweight names that are, really got big names like a Czech Congo or Matrone, of course, a Fedor. Would you love to get one of these big names soon, or are you still just whatever the natural organic path is?
Yeah, I'm all about like the organic progression. And, I don't know. It probably won't be too long before I have to lock horns with one of them. But, that said, I'm just taking my time. I'm, enjoying growing, enjoying getting better every day. So
Right. Mentioned in Titan FC, I did a thing with Lex, and it looks how crazy is that he's going to put those gloves on and he's going to become a heavyweight fighter on UFC Fight Pass. And I don't know if you've seen the social media. A lot of those guys, Walt Harris and a lot of Rose, all those guys are in his camp. How cool is that? Do you still have a good relationship with Lex McMahon? And what do you think of him fighting?
Yeah, I always had a good relationship with Lex. And I'm also really good friends with Stefan Struve. That's,
right.
He manages him. So, in regards to Lex, I don't think I'd be able to get away from him even if I wanted to. So, no, that said, I can appreciate, what Lex is doing. I like what he's I like what he's doing for himself and, the cause that he's trying to support. And, I see what he's doing to get ready. He's got a lot of really good guys, a lot of really good heavyweights pushing him. Walt Harris, he's got Mo Usman out there. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it pans out for him. And, no matter what, I got mad respect for Lex.
For sure. Like no one understands what it really takes to walk into that cage. Until you do it, you have no idea, so big respect up to him. Big things are coming. I would love your take on right now, just real quick. You mentioned Struve. What do you think of Struve, Fight Island? Pretty big fight with him and Bam Bam right now this Saturday night.
Yeah, that's big. Me and Struve, he's I'm always in Struve's corner, no matter who he's fighting. So,
right.
It's a good fight. I think.
Is there like a way of victory for him? Like a better way of victory for Struve?
Well, I think Struve grappling wise is the superior of Tai Tuivasa. And I think Tai Tuivasa, is a stellar striker, but given Stefan's attributes, I think he's a problem for anybody. So,
right.
And I got mad respect for Bam Bam. But you know what? Still, it's exciting to see, how it's going to pan out. I think Stefan too. I think the best he's ever looked was in his last fight with Ben Rothwell. It was unfortunate, kind of how it concluded, and given the nature of the fight itself, there were some fouls, but I think if Stefan can build off of that momentum, off that growth that he's experienced, then I think Saturday's going to be a good night for him.
Right. I remember I listened to John Anik on his podcast, and he was talking about Struve, and he's like, he feels like he's one of those guys that could be literally the heavyweight champion. He has like that skill set. There's not a lot of 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" guys out there can strike, can grapple, can literally do everything. He just somehow walks into losses in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just crazy.
And to Struve's
credit, you see me well?
Yeah, my phone's bugging out. There we go. Sorry. Okay. I was gonna say about Struve though. You really can't take anything away from the guy. I mean, he's always fought the best guys, whether they were on their way up or their way down, and I think his his accolades and his record are a testament to just the level of guys he's fought. Bam Bam, same thing. Bam Bam's a tough dude. Got all the guys he fought before and after. He doesn't really get easy fights. So, I'm really looking forward to see what happens. But like I said, I believe that if Stefan shows up and he's been implementing the things that he's been doing, on his own end, then I think he's going to do great.
Hear you. Okay. I'll let you go, my man. It looks like we're just losing service a little bit. Last question for you. One of the biggest fights of the year, Gaethje or Khabib? Who do you got Saturday night?
I got Khabib. Gaethje's a beast, and he's been doing great in the last few fights. But I think Khabib, man. I think he's the man right now.
100% agree with you. It's like it's so fun. So many people on the Gaethje, and dude, I love Gaethje. Huge fan of Gaethje. How can you not love Gaethje? The guy's 28-0, and so many people been picking against John Jones and Israel Adesanya and Khabib Nurmagomedov. All these guys have O's at the end. It's like they keep winning.
Yeah, for real. And I think Gaethje, it's not that I'm saying it'd be preposterous for him to win. I really do think he could go in there and make some magic happen. He did it with Tony Ferguson. But I think, we're talking skill set. We're talking matchup wise. We're talking, like things going on in their lives. I think Khabib's going to go in there and, he's going to be the eagle. He's going to tear him up. And then I don't know if he'll stop him. I don't know how dominant it'll be, but I think Khabib's going to come out with his hand raised.
I agree, my man. Dude, I think Bellator's got a good uptick right now with young talent. I think Bellator is starting to. There's nothing wrong with getting great big names that has name value that brings eyes to the product, of course, and they've been doing that for a while. But it seems, guys like you, Cody Law is another name, an absolute stud on the rise. There's just a lot of youth injection into Bellator. Do you feel that at all? You feel an upswing of stop being the stepchild of UFC, where its own huge, great promotion?
Yeah, and I really feel like they're making the right moves, picking up the right guys, doing the right things.
Right.
This pandemic has just been a nightmare for everybody, and everybody in every walk of life and every business. But I think Bellator, it'll be really interesting to see what happens here, especially now that they have the tournament back on track.
Right.
I'm really excited to see, what's going to happen these next few months.
Can't wait, man. Steve, man, always love talking to you. Always a pleasure, my man. Platform's yours. Any kind of sponsors or names or plugs you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Beard Wisconsin. Shout out to Candy Shop Snake Farm. Shout out to Thrasher Hemp Shoes. Shout out to my team, Sanford MMA. Follow me on Instagram at Tall Steve Fights People. Follow me on Twitter at Tall Steve MMA. Hopefully you see me back in the cage real soon. It's good talking to you, Dave.
Awesome, man. Pleasure, brother. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right.